So my name is Alfie Dennen, and I run the mobile blogging site moblog, and I do a bunch of location-based projects.
Okay, so if there's one thing coming up in the next 6 months, 12 months that you think is going to be big or is going to have a fairly large impact on what we're doing digitally, what might that be?
I think if you look just 6 to 12 months ahead, for me the main thing that's going to come into play a lot more for all of the different campaigns that maybe media agencies do or games that people create, location and specifically place. So rather than just the place that it's at, but what that place means, like what the contextual relationship that that place has to that historical building or whatever, that will come to play a much bigger part in games, in campaigns, in how we look at media. So I think the major change, the major shift for media over the next 6 to 12 will be how we integrate place and location into everything that we do.
Okay, and then looking at the work that you're currently working on, is there something that you'd like to pick out that you're working on at the moment that you'd hope would have some kind of impact in the terms that you've talked about?
So I'm working on a few projects, and one of them is one which uses this idea of playing games and creating locative art. So I'm quite interested in the fact that now at the moment we don't perhaps have the hardware in the real world to put in a pair of glasses and see a piece of art that someone's created, which is something which is covered a little bit in a book called Spook Country by William Gibson. But what I'd like to do is to create a platform or a suite of tools which let people create locative art in advance of that ability to maybe put in a pair of glasses or point a phone with an augmented reality feature to it to see locative art in the world. Because I think for me that's the next major thing that we can do as an artistic species, is look at the real world and create art in it that can only be seen through the liminal space inhabited by mobiles and by the web. So a project that I'm working on uses a lot of that stuff and gaming and reputational models to try and give people a good reason to create this locative art, a whole new seam of art that exists somewhere between the real world and the web.